longest phone-in program I've ever heard.
Don't forget it is a sports program.
Get it as a phone line.
Radio at exactly 6 minutes to 5 o'clock. Sports special, Travis Baxter is taking a well-deserved leave off this weekend. Steve Grazier is sitting in for him. And in 6 minutes' time, the latest news from Johannesburg. Leading one from
A beautiful song there by the Stones, Emotional Rescue. If you'd like to see that one on the Capital Hit Line, the number to call in Durban is 371604, and in Johannesburg, 726-2945. That's the Capital Hit Line, and if you'd like to see that one go to the top, which I think it really does deserve getting to the top, give us a call. The numbers again is Durbs 371604, and Johannesburg, 726-2945.
Got no what songs, Smith? I've got room, yeah. There's a load of thousands of carts everywhere. It's all from last night.
We're gonna keep it happy, yeah. We're gonna hit some more. We're gonna make every day that I've got day. I'm feeling so bored. I'm
That was one easy one.
Crozier. Tonight's party night, and here's Jonah Louie. He's always sitting in the party, but in the kitchen with the dumpy.
How have the people of Port St. John's reacted to the coming of capital? With open arms, says Stuart Lee, and these kids seem to agree.
But you will always find him in the kitchen at parties.
Since Calderito started, I didn't ever listen to Posa News.
The local bank has trebled its number of accounts, and shops are just that little bit busier. But Capital is not, and does not claim to be anything but a commercial venture. They see their role as entertaining and making money, and if in so doing they help the community, so much the better. The relationship seems a sound one. Capital booms out on the sidewalks, and everywhere everyone wears a t-shirt, cap, or something to identify them with the station. DJs are swiftly being woven into local folklore. But the tragedy of Capital is that where it can be heard, it is loved. It is not heard in Johannesburg. Transmission problems have been a part of Capital's life since the very first test broadcasts, and there is always public speculation as to whether they will ever be sorted out. New shortwave transmitters have been set up to improve the signals right along the coast, but medium wave remains ineffective on the reef. The station hoped for a lot more advertising than it has been able to keep, and finances remain a pressing problem. Some personnel have not been prepared to see through what Capital describes as their difficult period. Others are adamant that in time it will fulfill its obvious potential. The signal problems come in only after transferal to the Port St. John's post office dish and Mthatha. Stuart Lee summed up the situation.
We both walked out of the kitchen and asked him, I knew what.
From Mthatha, the signal is then relayed to our main transmitter at Herschel, and this is where the real problems come in. We have a transmitter at Herschel, which is almost the largest transmitter in the world. It's got the potential power of a megawatt. That doesn't mean anything to you. It's not surprising because it doesn't mean a lot to me. But imagine that this transmitter can fry an egg at 25 miles. And that's not an exaggeration. We don't use all that power because we can't actually get enough electricity to utilize it. But also we don't need that sort of power just to cover Southern Africa. The signal we know is being picked up in places like Oregon and Sydney, Australia, and various parts of England. But the problem is that it isn't reaching Joburg. And Joburg is the main centre that we want to reach because that's where all the spending power is based, or a large chunk of it. The problem is basically with the antenna array. It was incorrectly designed in the first place. And because of that, it's caused us a lot of hassle ever since. We're still trying to sort it out.
Our transmission problems, signals and all that, I feel very, very confident on it's going to come right in time, you know. And I'm going to stick around and back it up all the way until it finally comes out.
The independence of the station is another contentious area. The only way around the broadcasting monopoly in South Africa was transmission from a homeland. The Transkei government holds 51% shares in the station, but Capital have a firm undertaking that there will be no interference in its running. Many people wonder if this has in fact held.
That is most certainly held. I think, without exception, if the situation changed, there'd be a lot of rethinking going on from our side. Transkei government said yes to the project initially because they thought, here's a project that A, will work, B, will probably put us on the map internationally, and C, will probably make us some money. And the only way that a radio station can succeed is if you put it in the hands of people who know how radio stations work and let them actually get on with it.
Pryor with you on Capital PM on Capital Radio. Let's take a look at the latest world headlines. 8 people have been detained by security police in connection with the students' boycott. There have also been allegations of baton charges by police on protesting students.
In the South African context, Capital certainly is an alternative station, as their coverage of news bears out. They have injected vibrancy into their new home and have the determination, expertise and pure talent to push through to final success. As Administration Manager Phil Lovemore indicates, it remains just a matter of time for Capital Radio.
For the future of the station, that I'm very confident about, because we have the product, we just need to get the distribution.
Port St. John's is a lovely place. I like it down here actually. I feel it's okay. And working for Capital, it's really made me appreciate this place, you know. Like I never thought I could live in such a wild place, especially because I come from Johannesburg and they're used to the bright city lights and all that. But here am I, settled, no problems at all. And from me,
the velvet voice, Harry Godfather.
thank you very much and good night. Now you know what capital is about, right? All right.